Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our MC, Susie Rue.
Hi, everybody. Oh. Hi, everybody. Hi. Is everybody excited for today? This event makes me, having you here in the room today makes me, wow, so many feelings and so much excitement, and I think that is shared. I can just feel it. My name is Susie Rue. I was a freshman here at USC 12 years ago, and it's such an honor for me to be back here on campus and to give back to the school, to Marshall, and the Greif Center in a way of gathering this important event where we can all connect with one another and commit ourselves to action. So thank you for being a part of it. I just want to take a quick moment to set an intention for the day. And I think, we all get invited to lots of conferences, and we all have to think about whether we can take the time away from work, our significant others, our families, our commitments. And today, we really appreciate you taking the time to join us for our inaugural USC Athena Women's Entrepreneurship Summit. So just want to take a moment of silence to set the intention, whether it's strength, whether it's focus, whether it's wanting to meet one person that is going to be a friend and a colleague and a co-investor, a co-founder for a decade to come. Just want to do a quick moment and set that intention. Wow, thank you. So without further ado, we have an incredible day lined up, and I want to introduce the academic director of the USC Greif Center for Entrepreneurial Studies. Her name is Helena Ulirenko.
Thank you, Susie. Good morning, welcome. It's my great pleasure to open this inaugural Athena Women's Entrepreneurship Summit here at USC. So on behalf of the USC Marshall School, the Greif Center, and the Master of Science in Entrepreneurship and Innovation program, warm welcome. Great to have you here. Athena was the Greek goddess of wisdom, courage, inspiration, civilization, law and justice, strategic warfare, strength, crafts, the arts, and skill. She was a fierce and ruthless warrior, but she was also praised for her compassion and generosity. Clearly, only a woman entrepreneur could be all those things. So Athena is a fitting namesake for this entrepreneur summit where we're bringing together all of these powerful women that are here today. Entrepreneurship is going strong at USC. We are offering more courses to more students than ever before. Last year we had 93 course sections, 31 professors, and an enrollment of over 3,600. We ranked number 6 in the undergrad entrepreneur program rankings by US News and World Report, and we were number 6 on Fortune's list of business schools that produced the most billion-dollar startup founders. Our specialized master's programs are doing really well. We graduated their third classes this year, and we have launched many minors and new courses in topics such as growth hacking, entertainment entrepreneurship, and intellectual property. And we have recruited new faculty from Harvard, Stanford, and NYU. Our entrepreneurship teaching case series, which is distributed through Harvard Business Publishing, those cases are being taught in classrooms all around the world. So if any of you have exciting Southern California stories in your companies, dilemmas that we could write teaching cases about, let us know. We'd love to feature some of them in the Greif case series. On the extracurricular side, we have several venture competitions each year. We have 2 venture incubation programs. We have the Blackstone Launchpad and the USC Greif Incubator. We're really trying through events like today, through our incubator programs, through our venture competitions, we want to support our students and alumni and the larger venture community in building successful, growing companies. We want to build the next generation of entrepreneurs to follow in the footsteps of our successful alumni. We are the oldest integrated entrepreneurship program in the world, so we have 46 years of alumni out there. It's an incredible alumni network. We want the next generation to follow in the footsteps of the founders of Kinko's and Salesforce and Box and Tinder, to name a few of our alumni. I wish I could say that women entrepreneurs are equally represented in our alumni, but that is unfortunately not the case, and unfortunately we are not unique in that respect. Entrepreneurship and the business world in general is still pretty far from gender equity. Even though women-owned businesses are 42% of all US businesses, and the number of women-owned businesses is growing much faster than the rate of all new businesses, only 16% of tech founders are women, and only 3% of companies receiving venture capital have female CEOs. Yes, that's only 3%. And this is despite data that shows that women-owned businesses actually do better. They post higher revenues. But the VC networks are still mostly male. Less than 10% of VC professionals are women. Angel funding looks a little bit better. There, about 30% of investors are women, and 28% of funded teams have at least one woman on them. But we're still pretty underrepresented there too. So we need events like Athena. We need to bring women entrepreneurs and investors together. We need to build community. We need to ensure there's access to resources. We need to spark dialogue on the issues and topics that are relevant and important to women entrepreneurs. And we need to support and inspire each other on our entrepreneurial journeys. And that's what today is all about. I'd like to thank my partner in crime at the Greif Center, Executive Director Dave Belasco, for his leadership. And I would like to especially thank Jamie Choi, the Associate Director of the MSCI program, for her vision and her initiative for Athena. Dave and Jamie and their team have for many years wanted to convene an event like this, an event to bring together a group of powerful women to discuss the issues and focus resources on driving diversity and inclusion in entrepreneurship. It's really great to see those efforts coming to fruition today, and it's great to have all of you here. Importantly, I would like to express our sincere gratitude to the team that has put Athena together. A huge thank you to Lauren Rinke, Shannon Gans, Gemma Bravo, and especially to our alumna Susie Rue. Susie has been the leading force in putting together today's program, and we have her to thank for inviting many of our superstar speakers and guests here today. And especially, I'd like to thank our table leaders here. Could I ask all the table leaders, as well as all our organizers, to stand up and be recognized? This is such a powerful group, and we are so thankful for you bringing this together here today. So thank you, Susie and the team. And thank you also to our MSCI program and its academic director, Professor Tommy Knapp, for supporting today's event. And also, I'd like to acknowledge our center's main benefactors, Lloyd and Renee Greif. And today's event is especially made possible by the generous sponsorship of Jeff and Gina Baldwin. Jeff is a USC alum and the co-founder and CEO of GCA, a global investment bank. Jeff and Gina are also proud Trojan parents with 2 children currently attending USC. Let's recognize their support. So we are fortunate to be located in Los Angeles in a vibrant entrepreneurial ecosystem that is the fastest growing region in the US in terms of the number of new tech startups that are being founded. The Greif Center and the Marshall School very much cherish our partnership with the City of Los Angeles and the Los Angeles Mayor's Office. So I am honored now to introduce Amanda Daflas. Amanda serves as the Director of the Innovation Office for Mayor Eric Garcetti in the City of Los Angeles. Amanda also drives the Mayor's goals of moving the city forward towards gender equity. Please welcome Amanda Daflas.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. And Helena, thank you so much. And thank you all for having me here today. On behalf of Mayor Eric Garcetti and our First Lady, Amy Elaine Wakeland, I want to congratulate everyone here at the inaugural Athena Summit for all of your successes, and for also making the time to come together for what sounds like it's going to be an incredible day. I'm so excited to be here with you to celebrate the work of all of you as trailblazers who've established yourselves as leaders in your fields. To support a group of professionals who are helping to clear a path for the young women coming behind them, many of you are whom here in the room today, and to question also, very importantly, why in 2017, most of us are still walking into meetings where we're the only woman in the room. We're also here to talk about how to make gender inequity a thing of the past. There's no question, in our country, we've come a very long way. But yet, our work, as many of you know and as you've watched happen and sort of take shape over the last year, our work is very, very, very far from finished. Many of us still have a personal story to tell about being paid less than a male colleague or being marginalized by a male boss. Most of us still worry that our obligations to our families may compromise our careers, and women are still underrepresented in leadership in nearly every industry. So the mere fact that you're all here today, that you're representing women in male-dominated fields, it really, really, really matters, and it matters to the city of Los Angeles. Your work sets a tremendous example. And for young girls, we know that it makes a difference when they see a doctor, they see a city councilwoman, they see a business owner, they see an entrepreneur, they see someone, a woman that looks just like them, who grew up in their neighborhood, who comes from a family of immigrants, or who actually shares their same zip code here in the great city of Los Angeles. That's why Mayor Garcetti and our First Lady, Amy Elaine Wakeland, they put gender equity at the center of everything that we do in the administration. He appoints women to important positions. In our city, he puts women at the forefront of his agenda. In fact, women actually just like me. I'm here because of a lot of reasons. One of those reasons is because we're taking a concerted effort to do all the things that put women at the forefront of decision making. Because in the end, here's the thing, it's not really very hard to find incredible female leaders. We just need to make an effort to look for them, make an effort to recruit them, and make an effort to support them when they come through our doors. Today in Los Angeles, in your city, we are very proud to say that for the first time in LA's history, there are actually no more all-male boards or commissions, which means a lot in our city. We have about 300 commissioners. Women are now 53% of the commissioners who represent our city in really important decision-making matters. And we did this work, we always think it's important to note that we did this work, revamping the face of leadership in LA in just 6 months. And I highlight that because we know that there's a stereotype that government can't do things quickly, that it can't do things in a year or even in a month or even in a few weeks. But I will tell you that if government can move quickly, we also know that business can move quickly, academia can move quickly, the nonprofit industry can move quickly, we can all move quickly if we take a concerted effort. And we think that we should, because gender equity, it shouldn't just be a foregone conclusion. Our research tells us, as many of you probably know, that diverse workforces are much more productive, they are more innovative, they deliver products that appeal to a broader audience. And if businesses aren't going to welcome and respect women in the workplace because it's actually just the right thing to do, they should do it in that case because it really affects their bottom line. And so women are the force in the business industry, and the Garcetti administration highlights that and recognizes that. And that's why 2 of our 3 entrepreneurs in residence, which hopefully you're familiar with our entrepreneurs in residence program at the city. If you're not, I would absolutely encourage you to find out more about it. But 2 of the 3 entrepreneurs in residence this year appointed by the mayor are women. And so that's Ellen Chen, who's the co-founder of Mendocino Farms, as well as Dr. Tanya Petrosian, who's the world-renowned biotech researcher and entrepreneur. These 2 amazing women are going to help create initiatives in the city that are designed to help entrepreneurs foster business growth across LA. And it's also why we're going to grow the number of city contracts going to women-owned businesses in LA. So I would encourage you all to pay a lot of attention to that. But we're aiming to build pathways for women's success in management, in leadership, and also through contracts. So as just general context, in the city, in 2014, about $3.6 million of contracts were awarded to companies with women at the helm. 2 years later, so since that time, 2 years later, we actually doubled. And so 2 years later, we doubled it. And in just 3 years, we now have seen a 12-fold increase. And so that's city contracts that are being issued to women-owned businesses. So in total, that's $43.3 million that women are using in the city of Los Angeles to both grow and create jobs and improve our overarching economy. And so in the city, we're actually not stopping there. We want to expand that effort to the airport, to the Department of Water and Power, to our port. And so thanks to our efforts in leadership, we now have a woman who's leading the $14 billion expansion of the airport. Hopefully many of you have gone through, I'm certain that you've gone through in the last year, and you've noticed that that expansion will renovate every terminal in the airport. It will build a consolidated rental car facility, which I'm so excited about, and I'm sure you're excited about too. And it's actually finally going to bring rail to LAX. So again, another huge thing to be excited about, being led by a woman. We also have a woman leading our Department of Transportation. So Salita Reynolds, if you don't know her, I'd encourage you to follow her and all the great work that they are doing. She's helping to make the promise of Measure M real, hopefully something that you all are familiar with. But that will be investing $120 billion in new rail, easing traffic, and overarching, again, building more livable communities. Women also helped bring the LA Olympics back home, so we're so excited about that, and there were many women at the forefront of that effort, both in the mayor's office and then across the city. So women are leading Los Angeles, and we want to focus on gender equity to be part of every city department and everything that we do here in the city. And so to make that shift, the mayor really became the first mayor in LA history to issue an executive directive actually on gender equity. And so we did that in 2015, and we issued that gender equity initiative calling on every department to collect data, looking at how your government is serving everybody, but how it's serving women and girls. The purpose, of course, of doing that was so that we could see the evidence and set tangible goals for improvement. And so that's the opportunity that I have to lead that work with our mayor and first lady, because we think it's so important, and because in the end, we know that when you change the face of leadership and you pay attention, we have proved that people start paying attention to the inequities that exist and working to actually modify them. So as you head into this awesome day, we're going to leave you on behalf of the mayor's office with this, which is that at a time when the number of women in the California legislature is on the decline, and there are only 2 women on the LA City Council, something that we're very proud of because we added another woman this year, but there are still only 2 women on the Los Angeles City Council. Your leadership and your work could not be more important. We believe that together we can continue the legacy of women succeeding in government, in entrepreneurship, and well beyond that. Just again, a huge thank you to the Athena Women's Entrepreneurship Summit for holding this conference and for bringing you together and for creating a space for women and men to connect on the topic of women entrepreneurship. The city is so much better for it. The city is so much better for it, as is your profession. And a huge congratulations, of course, to today's honorees. And thank you again so much for welcoming us here on behalf of the mayor and the first lady. We wish you a productive and fabulous day. So thank you.